Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we're going to show you how to change out the GE Washer Dispenser Seal. It's going to be a very easy repair, and it should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new dispenser seal. The dispenser seal seals the dispenser tube. The man usually be changing it out, so if it's damaged and you're getting water leaking on the floor. In order to change the part, we have to go around to the back of the machine. Now that we're on the back, we're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to take out all the screws that hold the top on. Now that we have the screws out, we're going to take the top off. Just going to pull back on it till it stops. And then we have to remove this trim up here. We're going to pull back on the trim a little bit to release it. There's a couple tabs that lock it into the top. Once you have the trim off, you can set it aside. Then we can lift the top off. If it doesn't lift straight up, you may have to push it in just a hair so it releases from the mounting tabs. And we can lift it off and set it aside. Now that we have the top off, we're going to take the control panel off. First, we're going to take the detergent drawer out. All you have to do is pull it out, then reach back and press on the lever to release it. You can pull it off and set it aside. Once you have the drawer out, we're going to use the Phillips screwdriver to remove the screw that holds the control panel onto the dispenser. Now we're going to use the Phillips screwdriver to remove the 4 screws across the back of the console. Now that we have the screws out, there's a couple locking tabs that we have to lift up on. We're going to start on this one first and then do this side. Once you have this one released, we have to reach underneath and release the 2 locking tabs from the back side. Once you have it released, you can rotate the control panel down, and then we can take all the wiring harnesses off the control board. To take the wiring harnesses off, they all have locking tabs on we have to press. These are all individual wiring harnesses, so you can't mix them up when we put them back on. So all we're going to do is press all the locking tabs and pull them off. If you have one that you can't reach, you can use a small flathead screwdriver to press the locking tab. Once you have all the wiring harnesses off, you can pull the control board assembly off the washer. Now we're going to take the access panel off. We're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to take out the screws that hold it on. As you're taking the last screw out, you want to hold on to the access panel so it doesn't fall. Lower it down and lift it off. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. Now we can open up the door so we can take off the door switch. We're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to take out the screws. Once you have the screws out, you can take the clamp off that holds the door boot seal on. There's usually a spring down around 6 o'clock. Just have to peel the gasket back a little bit. And we can carefully get underneath it with a small flathead screwdriver. Lift the clamp out and then pull it out of the groove all the way around. Once you have it out, you can set it aside. Now we can take the door boot seal off the front panel. All you have to do is pull it out of the groove all the way around, kind of tuck it inside the panel. Once you have it out of the way, you can close the door. Then we can use the Phillips screwdriver to take out the screws that hold the panel on. We're going to take the 2 lower screws out first. When you're taking the upper screws out, you want to make sure you hold the panel so it doesn't fall. Once you have all the screws out, we can take the front panel off. We're just going to pull out on the bottom a little bit and then lift up on it. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. With the front panel off, we have access to the dispenser tube. We have to pull this off so we can get to the seal. We're just going to carefully pull it off. There's a tab at 6 o'clock that we have to get released, and we're just going to leave it hang. We're not going to take it out of the door seal. Once you have it out of the way, we can reach in and pull the dispenser seal off. Once you have it off, we can pull it out of the washer. Here's the old dispenser seal next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at appliancepartspros.com. To put the new dispenser seal on, all you have to do is stretch it over the dispenser fitting. Once you have it in place, we can put the tube back on. Before you put the tube back on, you can get the seal and the tube wet to make it a little bit easier to slide together. And then when you lock it together, you want to make sure that this little recess right here lines up with this tab right here. So when you push it on, it locks into place. Once you have it lined up, all you have to do is push it on. Once you have it snapped in place, you can put the washer back together. To put the front panel on, we're just going to set it onto the mounting tabs. Once you have it in place, you can hold it with your leg. Then we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Now that we have the front panel mounted, we can open up the door. And we're going to reach in and grab the door switch, put it onto the panel. All you have to do is lift up into place, and line it up so it comes through the front panel. And we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Now we can put the door boot seal onto the front panel. All you have to do is put this rib right here into the groove all the way around the panel. Once you have it in, you just want to go around and tap it in to make sure it's in the groove the whole way around. And then we can put the clamp on. To put the clamp on, we're just going to put the spring down at 6 o'clock and then make sure the clamp goes into the groove all the way around. Once you get it to the point where you can't go any farther, you just want to hold it, and then we're going to grab onto the clamp with the locking pliers, and we're going to pull the clamp to the side, straight to the side. If you pull to the front, you're just going to pull the clamp out of the groove. So just pull to the side and push the clamp in. Once you have it in, you can release the locking pliers. Once you have it on, we can close the washer door. Now we can put the access panel on. Just going to lift it up into place. And then we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in that hold it on. Now we can put the control panel back on. First thing we're going to do is reconnect all the wires. Remember, all these wire harness plugs are different shaped, so you can't mix them up. So all you have to do is line them up and push them back on. Once you have all the wiring harnesses connected, you can carefully rotate the control panel up. And remember, you have to get these two tabs right here into the little cutouts. Once you have it lined up, you can snap it on. Now we can put in the screw that holds the control panel to the dispenser. You can use the Phillips screwdriver to put it in. Once you have it in, we can put the detergent drawer in. All you have to do is line it up on the rails and push it back into place. Now we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put in the screws that hold the control panel from the back. Now we can put the top back on the washer. When you're putting the top on, you want to make sure that these pins go into the holes right here before you push it in. All you have to do is set the top down so it goes onto the pins. And then before we push it in, we're going to put the trim piece back on. Before you put the trim piece on, you want to make sure the top is pushed in far enough so this rib right here isn't interfering with the tab going in. All you have to do is set the trim on. You want to make sure that these 3 tabs go into the openings, and then you can snap it on and push it forward a little bit so it locks into the top. Then we can push forward on the whole top, and then we can use that Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Now that we have the washer put back together, you can plug it back in and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.